create a new directory. So fortunately we are on Windows, so it's pretty easy. All we have to do is go to our desktop, click New, Folder, name it something. We'll call it The Greatest Vet. That's it. If you were on Linux, it'd be like mkdir, whatever you want to name it. But this directory thing is important because, or folder, it keeps all your code files managed. If you put them all strung out across your desktop or something like that, A, they're not going to be able to interact with each other, and B, you'll lose them. And the third reason, C, is when we go to set up Git later in my later videos, Git is a file backup system, a project management system that you use to back up all your files onto multiple servers. And all it really does is drop that file on multiple servers, and then it'll pull from one or the other, so it stays safe. We'll be setting that up later. You don't gotta worry about that now. What we gotta do now is set up our code editor. We're basically done with this as of right now. So all we gotta do is go to look up VS Code. Click right there, and then go ahead and click download. Once it's finished downloading, I have it already installed, so I'll pull it up on my screen. This is the screen you're going to see. Okay. And this code editor is used by basically everyone in the industry anymore. I mean, there's some other ones, Sublime, Vim, VI, Emacs, but most people at this point in time use VS Code. So it's really nice, has a lot of keyboard shortcuts, a lot of good things for you. So what you're going to want to do when you first get into code, you'll see what's new and all that. I don't have that up since I already have it installed and already had it open. Come over here to extensions and look up HTML5 extension pack. Install this one and then this one right here, the boilerplate. So install the HTML5 extension pack. Here, we'll go ahead and do that. It installs all of these, and it does install the boilerplate. And if you want to use this one, it's a little better, but quite frankly, I don't really use it. So we'll come up to here, go File, New File, come down to here to the bottom right corner, select language, type HTML, and then HTML5, and you should see it'll have a boilerplate ready for you. So you, boop, there it is. This is how you start your HTML document. We'll switch the title right here. The title is what is displayed in like the top right screen right here. This is the title. The Greatest Vet. It's also nice if you want to. There's a couple extensions for spell checking, if you would like to do that. And then what we'll create, these are called meta tags up in the head tag. So how this document works is it declares the document as an HTML type. And actually right here, this should be tabbed in one. And then the head tag, you don't see the head tag, okay? The head tag is just stuff for the browser to use. So it has your character set, UTF-8. This is, so the web browser can read it. The viewport, so it is responsive on mobile phones and like different screen sizes. The title is the title you see on the screen, and then we're going to actually add one other meta name description content is the greatest. So what this is right here is just a description for the browser read. So when you look something up, it'll say, like, how it says like the title and that little description underneath? Yeah, this is what this is. So you can do this whatever you like. Doesn't really matter right now anyway. So then you come down, and we're going to save this. Control S. It'll ask for a location. Go desktop. We'll look for the greatest vet. Name this index and save. And technically, you have created your first website. Now, it doesn't have anything on it. We can put stuff on it real fast if you guys want to see it on its own. See, now it's just a bunch of text up here. The greatest vet, lorem ipsum dollar set. That's just lorem ipsum. It's a developer thing. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the body tag. And the body tag is where everything goes in the website. If you want it to show up, it has to be in the body tag. So before the body tag closes, we'll delete this. We're going to add Firebase to our website. Okay, that'll be useful later when we make a contact form. But we're just going to add it now because it keeps things out of the way and we don't have to remember it later. Now remember, I told you guys to put that in a notepad. So what we're going to do right here is when we... Actually, this is the wrong thing. What we're going to do now is come up here. We're going to go back to Firebase. And we're going to go to hosting. We're going to click get started. And we'll look up here. Okay, so go to this website right here. Firebase.google.com/docs/web/setup. We already did all of this. And then grab this right here. This is the CDN. I like to use CDNs because it's just, quite frankly, easier in my opinion. So go ahead and grab this right here, copy it, paste it, and then right before the body. It's really important for most situations that it's before the body closes because it loads the page significantly faster. If you put a bunch of them up here, you can put them up here in the head like for Google Analytics, but if you put them down here, it's just much, much better. And then back to here. We don't need anything else right here yet. We will pin that tab though because that is important. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have it open the folder. Select it. This will allow us to create new files just from the VS Code file. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to create two new folders inside the folder. One's going to be named CSS. The other one's going to be named JS. This stands for JavaScript and Cascading Styling Sheets. CSS is the language we use to make stuff look pretty on the web, and JavaScript is to add functionality. And then we're going to create two new files, index.css and then JavaScript index.js. There we go. So then back to the HTML file, come down here above your Google Firebase script source equals index.js, and then we will add this tag here, async defer. So this just again is another thing to let it load a little faster. It runs it asynchronously with the rest of the document. And then come up here below the title, or really anywhere you want to. I just like to keep it neat and organized below the title. Link rel equals style sheet. This is describing it. It's a style sheet. Perf equals period dash CSS index of CSS. So when we come to the CSS, but this is where we can divide things. So I mean, I'm not going to do anything much right now, but body, just to show you guys. color red, and then in JavaScript we'll do an alert. Body is red, and then down here in the body we'll just add some text. So if you save all of that, come up to here, reload the page, Control R, it all loads. The body color, text color is red. The JavaScript didn't load, but I think I misspelled defer, so we'll just delete that for right now. Ignore that for now. Oh, I know why. There you go. That's a weird file structure. Let's delete that real fast. I screwed up there. Yeah, recycling bin. Add a new file to that. Okay, let's go back to our quick website here and check it. This is how web development goes a lot of the times. You know, you come into errors that don't really make sense all that much. I'll fix it when I... Okay, so that's it right there. Just simple errors that you often don't think about. So JS, index.js. There we go. So that's how basically everything works in HTML document. You have the doc type declaring it, the HTML language, HTML tag which declares it as an HTML, and the lang is helpful for like people with vision problems and also analytics and a bunch of other things. You have the head element, which is where you declare stuff for your browser, the body, which is where you declare text and stuff like that. We'll get more into that later. There's other nav, section, main, other subdivisions. Before the body closes, where you add your scripts like Firebase, you close it with the body and you close it with HTML. So this video series will continue for until we get the website completely completed and done. So be on the lookout for those. I'd like to mention Bitcoin 1776. It is a project I've been working with recently that is trying to make a new system of governance worldwide. And here pretty soon we'll be having meetings where you'll actually get paid to join. So I'll leave a link in the description to the website there. And I'd also like to mention my business, Camera Day Custom Websites. If you don't think you can do this on your own and you want a professional to do it, I'll leave my website in the description. You can contact me with that. Alright guys, on to the next video.